The BET Awards, they declared, would be all glamour, glitz, and thankfulness. Oh, lovely kids of summer. They were unaware of what was about to happen. You see, backstage chaos wasn't the only thing that occurred. It was outright criminal. Internet is exploding after security camera footage that was leaked revealed what actually happened while Claressa Shields was in the intensive care unit. It wasn't an unintentional bump in heels, I assure you. Remy Ma was going all Mortal Kombat, and Claressa was completely outmatched. What set it off? Was it a gentle grin, a gentle pat on the shoulder, or did Claressa dare to stand behind Papoose as Remy stood in the background, like a last boss about to lose it? How did a moment on the red carpet become a hospital crisis? Furthermore, why? Is Bet attempting to erase the video as if it never happened? The timeline, the viral tweets, the dubious direct messages, it's a complete breakdown. And yes, the uncut video that Remy Ma's team is hoping you never see are all here. Families, get your popcorn ready because this is more than just an awards show. This is a setup, a scandal, and possibly an impending lawsuit. Let's share this feeling. Like any typical Bet Awards night, it began as usual. It's designer clothes, diamonds, and an excessive number of cameras looking for the perfect controversy. However, nobody expected Remy Ma, the queen of hip-hop battle, to appear and transform that red carpet into a UFC octagon. Not literally, but symbolically. But before the sirens, the screaming, and the dragging begin, let's rewind the tape. People began whispering as soon as Claressa Shields and Tapu walked onto that carpet together. She has won a boxing match. Kay is the spouse of Remy Ma, presumably anyway. Nevertheless, they appeared to be zero in gold and black matching. Fans screamed, cameras flashed, and Remy Ma was observing from a distance like a lioness timing her. Pray as if Bet were going to broadcast a live episode of Snapped. You could sense the suspense building in the air. Let's be honest now. Claressa and Papoose had previously been spotted together. Do you recall the charity boxing event 2 months ago, where Claressa was in the front row supporting Pap throughout his performance? Or that Instagram Live where she dubbed him the realest in the business while drinking? Wine and the scene was lit like a bedroom. It was captured by fans. Since everything collapsed yesterday night, screenshots went viral, but everyone has ignored them up until this point. Remy Ma wasn't even meant to be at the event. According to our sources, the unnamed but remarkably accurate ones. Weeks prior, she had turned down the offer when her nomination was withdrawn because of persistent legal issues. However, at the last minute, something changed. According to rumors, she rented a last-minute suite across the street from the event after learning of Claressa's arrival with Pap. You are aware that something is going to happen, but nobody is prepared to acknowledge it. All right, fasten your seatbelt. Now, fast forward to the real time. Papoose and Claressa are strutting the red carpet. Everything appears to be at ease. Regarding Claressa's impending rematch, reporters are inquiring. Papoose is beaming, exuding the spirit of a traditional supporting mate. And it's being filmed by Bet's cameras like a primetime romance. However, this is what you missed from Bet's broadcast and what was leaked. Footage from the backstage security camera did. It was precisely 7:43 p.m. Remy Ma, wearing a blood-red gown as if she had been called by vengeance itself, suddenly materialized just as the couple was leaving the carpet and making their way backstage. Remy leaped directly at Claressa before security could even intervene. There was no warning, no conversation, just hair-pulling, clawing, thing what appeared to be a full-force sucker blow to Claressa's face. Bet employees dispersed as people screamed. Papooses past and present clashed like a heavyweight title bout, leaving him stunned and motionless. The surveillance footage that was released, Remy is seen yelling something like, "You thought you could parade her around in front of me," on the internet about an hour later. Since then, fans have slowed down and examined each frame. Claressa is smiling one moment. The next moment, two security guards are struggling to remove Remy from her while she is on the ground clutching her head. This is where things get worse, though. According to several witnesses, Claressa suffered severe injuries after hitting her head on the edge of a metal riser. An ambulance was dispatched shortly after. Remy Ma was cuffed and crying, "You did this, papoose. You let her do this to me?" Claressa Shields, the world champion, unbeaten, notorious for knocking women out cold, had to be carried out on a stretcher. Line, it's currently popular all around the world. You let her do this on every meme, story, and timeline. It's no joke to Claressa, though. She was taken to the intensive care unit, ICU, with signs of internal bleeding and a concussion, according to early hospital reports. The record was set off by one nurse, whose identity we are keeping secret. When they brought her in, she was just about conscious. In less than 10 minutes, we had to stabilize her. It was more than just a fall. Someone attacked her. Since then, Bet has removed all of their official red carpet footage. Fans don't believe the ambiguous statement they posted regarding an unforeseen occurrence backstage, particularly after the uncut video began to surface on TikTok, Twitter, and a since-deleted Reddit thread named RBT Brawl 2025. Some famous people are also contributing. What's more terrifying is what transpired after the cameras stopped rolling. Cardi B tweeted, "This Bet drama is more violent than my music videos. What's going on?" 50 Cent, of course, reposted the video on his Instagram, captioning it, "Told y'all, Remy ain't the one." Bet Claressa learned today. According to witnesses, Remy Ma did not flee. She didn't appear frightened. Rather, she stood composedly, her dress ripped, her hair wild, and she had a strange look on her face that suggested she was content. Off the record, one member of the Bet crew informed us that she didn't flinch when the police arrived. She seemed to desire to be taken. This leads us to the question that is currently being asked by everyone. Was a planned act of retaliation or an unplanned attack? In the public eye for several months, Ray has been posting throwbacks of loyalty, leaving cryptic captions, and unfollowing Pap's industry friends one by one ever since the rumors of Papoos's supposedly amusing friendship with Claressa leaked. It was seen by fans. Everyone did. However, no one anticipated that she would truly lose it like this, particularly on one of the most important evenings for Black entertainment. Claressa is currently battling for her life. Papoose doesn't say anything, and neither does Remy. Ray is going to discover that life isn't a diss tune. However, this is just the beginning, because the internet was 5 steps ahead of the situation, unraveling the entire scandal like some twisted true crime documentary with memes, theories, exclusive tea, and even phony lawyer statements circulating. Within minutes, while Remy Ma was being fingerprinted in a holding cell and Claressa Shields was being wheeled into the emergency room, the first to catch fire was Twitter. Remy versus Claressa. The number BT Brawl and the now viral hashtag You Let Her Do This all became global trends in less than an hour. As if it were the Zapruder video, screenshots of the security camera tape started to appear with blurry zooms. According to one clip, Remy Ma even dropped her purse before diving into a full tackle as if she had been training with the Eagles. The real kicker then arrived. On a live video, an unidentified source posing as a Bet security guard appeared with their face concealed by a ski mask and their voice altered. It was personal, he claimed. There was no fight. It was a message. He continued by accusing Remy of bribing a lower-level stage crew member to gain backstage, had not received an official invitation to the event. This is where things start to get messy. The team member in question has vanished. 3 backstage. Staff have reportedly been suspended by Bet. A blurry close-up of Claressa's stretcher photo, which appears to show a deep gash over her right eye, was released by TMZ in the meantime. Rematch is the headline in TMZ. Not at all. This is the hardest battle Claressa has ever faced. ICU status following the attack on Remy Ma. This was no longer merely a celebrity dispute. All of a sudden, just when you thought things couldn't get any more chaotic, her cousin, Remy Ma, a verified nobody on Instagram, decided it was time to go live from Rhee's kitchen and tell viewers she was provoked. This was front page news. Remy is not insane. On a national level, Pap treated her disrespectfully, and it was sufficient. TikTok seized the opportunity. Within 30 minutes, a popular edit called Remy Ma surfaced, with dramatic piano music, black and white, images and excerpts of her BET Awards outburst, "The fall of a queen slowed to 0, 5 times the speed." Everyone began to dig up everything. Claressa joked to the Shade Room last Instagram, with the exception of a picture of him and Claressa at a gym event that was uploaded 3 weeks ago. It remains there like a digital minefield. And people immediately begin to speculate as to whether or not it is his method of picking sides. Was it all planned from the beginning? Is Papoose aware that Remy would lose it? The voice note leak followed. Suddenly, 2 days before the BET Awards, a voice memo purportedly showing Remy Ma venting to an unidentified buddy came to light. A woman who sounds uncannily similar to Remy says on the recording that she believes she's slick. "Everything is visible to me. He believes I won't arrive. Yes, I will." It didn't matter if it was true or not. The press ate it up, fans believed it, and the harm was done. In an effort to contain the damage, Bet issued an urgent press release describing the occurrence as regrettable and pledging to evaluate all security procedures to guarantee our talent's safety. However, it was too late. According to internal staff emails that were hacked, management was incensed at how quickly the scandal spread. This could cost us millions in brand partnerships, lock down every camera, and get legal involved. That was the last thing I saw in a manager's memo. GIFs, subtitles, TikTok edits, and even Roblox recreations of the security camera footage are already in the works. It's over. Who else had to jump in? You already know. Nicki Minaj. That woman has been through it. Now, she got to see her man cupcaking with a boxer. I'd swing too. Nicki said on Queen Radio, "I'm not saying I condone violence, but y'all better stop playing with Remy." Suddenly, half of the Barbs went into full Remy was right mode, while the other half disparaged Nicki for encouraging domestic violence on the red carpet. The Bet Awards are no longer an award show as of right now. They are a crime scene, a battleground on Twitter, and a popular story that engulfed the internet and was shared with memes, blood, and legal dangers. Oh, and let's take a moment to discuss Claressa's family. Toya Shields, her sister, went live outside the hospital looking red-eyed, angry, and about to pass out. She stated, "That isn't a woman. That's a monster. My sister didn't deserve this. Papoose, you're weak for letting this happen." Within hours, fans were flooding Papooses' latest music video with comments like, "Protect Claressa at all costs." Not only did Remy lose her temper, her crown was taken away from her. You simply stood there when BT changed to UFC. Industry insiders are now speculating that might be Remy's demise. No one wants to book someone who might throw a punch during an acceptance speech, an anonymous agent said, adding that fashion brands that dressed Ma for the event have archived their posts and that sponsorships are reportedly being pulled. We still haven't heard from the one individual who could have prevented it all before it happened. Despite all the chaos, leaks, edits, the quiet is overwhelming. Fans demand answers because they feel betrayed. Does he hide because he feels about it? Or had this always been his plan? As he pretends to be the victim, let the two women battle over him. Online rumors of a possible Talal interview are currently circulating. Prominent venues are said to have approached Papoose, The Breakfast Club, and Fort Sherry Shepherd. According to insiders, Papoose might be getting ready to finally tell the truth. Knowing him, though, you can expect a poetic 4-minute freestyle that uses chessboard metaphors, kings, and loyalty. Remy Ma's legal team is rushing in the meantime. According to early accounts, she might face charges of public endangerment, assault, and violence. Given her prior record, a conviction might result in a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. Additionally, hospital officials report that Claressa is now stable. Although sedative, her team has not yet released a statement. However, the boxing community as a whole has stepped up to support him. Forgiveness isn't even on the table right now because Claressa Shields is still in the intensive care unit. And the doctors aren't providing a timeline. Jake Paul even tweeted, "Res tough, but I'd still take Claressa in 3 rounds. Get well soon, champ. The energy is explosive right now, and there are a ton of questions. Was a spontaneous outburst or a planned meltdown? Did Papoose play both sides? Will Remy Ma return to prison? Most importantly, will Claressa ever forgive what happened under the flashing lights of Bet?" Claressa suffered a minor brain contusion and a fractured collarbone and is being monitored for possible nerve damage, according to a recently leaked hospital document shared anonymously on a forum that has since been taken down. While that may sound frightening on its own, the real battle is just getting started. It's taking place in the courtroom, not the ring. Late last night, Claressa's legal team filed an emergency restraining order against Remy Ma, citing unprovoked physical violence, psychological trauma, and career sabotage. They are reportedly considering a civil lawsuit for damages, both medical and reputational. One of her attorneys told a local news outlet off the record, "The state has launched an investigation, and prosecutors are considering felony assault in a public venue. A charge that could carry 5 to 8 years, especially given Remy Ma's prior conviction and time served." And Bet, they're panicking. Behind the scenes, according to leaked Slack messages from Bet production staff. Yes, those got out too. The internet is undefeated. And executives are concerned about corporate backlash with at least 3 advertisers, including a major, according to one communication. "We need crisis PR now," the athletic wear brand said, suspending their collaborations while the probe was ongoing. "Under the guise of diversity and inclusion, we will not cover another occurrence of this nature." The whole security team on duty that night has reportedly been flagged by Bet, and some of them may be fired for negligence, according to staff insiders. One guard was caught texting during the altercation, and another was watching TikToks with AirPods in. Meanwhile, fans are divided, with half calling for justice and demanding that Remy be permanently banned, and the other half blaming Papoose, calling him the real villain who allowed it all to happen by remaining silent. Indeed, a recent Twitter survey with more than 100,000 responses posed the question, who is actually to blame for Claressa's placement in the intensive care unit? The message is clear. People want accountability, not just excuses. Remy Ma has 42%, Papoose has 51%, and Bet Security has 7%. Papoose hasn't gone live or released a statement. All he's done is post a single quote to his Instagram story with a black background and white text, with no context. That one line sent the internet into a frenzy. In the meantime, Remy Ma's legal team is attempting to soften the blow by portraying her as a victim of emotional manipulation and betrayal. Her publicist issued a statement to the press, saying that Ms. Reminis Mackey acted out of emotional distress after months of provocation, that she regrets the incident, and that she wishes Ms. Shields a full recovery. Well, nice try, but fans aren't buying it, especially after another leak surfaced this morning, a voice recording purportedly from the jail where Remy is being held. "Let them judge me," a lady who sounds a lot like Remy says on the recording. "I repeat, no one offends me directly and gets away with it. Everyone on the internet gasps, because this is more than just a scandal if that is true, and Remy is standing 10 toes down on this attack. Her marriage, her public persona, and perhaps even her freedom had completely collapsed. Remy Ma didn't just assault Claressa. She attacked the sport, and the sports world agrees. Claressa's trainer, a reserved man, who doesn't often talk to the media, eventually broke his silence and told reporters, "That punch set my fighter back months." ESPN Ringside, the WBC, and the WBA have all issued comments endorsing Claressa and denouncing the violence. 3 words prior to returning to sedation. "I was set up by him. The explosion begins." The term quickly gained popularity as a hashtag. Supporters speculate that Claressa might have been seduced into such a situation. Pap might have even assured them that Remy wouldn't be present. Did he know? Was it envy? Was it retaliation? One thing is certain, but no one knows for sure. We will always remember this Bet Awards moment. Once the tale of redemption from jail bars to rap royalty, Remy Ma is currently waiting to be charged while in a holding cell. Shields Claressa, in an intensive care unit bed. The face of women's boxing sits wounded and mute. And Papoose has transformed from the decade's most questionable hip-hop husband to the most dubious figure in showbiz. Is being referred to as the end of an era. Others are only the start of something considerably more repulsive. Bet wasn't a red carpet, according to a widely shared tweet. The door was a trap. And what do you know? They may be correct. That leaves us with a jail cell, a stretcher, and a great deal of silence from the man in the middle. Was Remy Ma set up from the start, or was merely a jealous outburst, a lover's retaliation? The video is available. The internet isn't letting this one go, and the bruises are real. Claressa appeared to be bleeding one moment and smiling the next. It seemed like the final round of a championship fight as we watched Remy throw hands in full glitz. Papoose Man stood there as if he were witnessing a self-written plot twist. However, what are your thoughts? Was this always Remy Ma's playbook, or was she pushed to the brink? Was there more going on behind those bet curtains, or was Claressa the true victim? And is Papoose guilty in silence or simply innocent? There is yet more to this tale, so please share your ideas in the comments section. By no means, to ensure you don't miss the next installment of this BET Awards catastrophe story. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable those alerts, because just think of what might happen if this is what happens one night. Keep an eye out and remain suspicious.